What is up, legends? We are back, and we have another gross estimate type of a video to actually, mess around and go over with again on Reddit. And I will post the link in the description. And please give a upvote to the person who did it because they didn't have to. That's what I like to do when I use these posts, and give the person who made the post credit because it takes a little bit of time to do the post, obviously. So yeah. So with this said, looking at this is the CN2 2023 Gacha revenue estimation. I can tell you that this is high. Like this number, all the numbers are higher than what it normally is, but the ranks are close. The ranks are close because there's stuff that I can see that not everybody can see. I'm actually on Bilibili and can see certain things already, and there's ways to actually, see all this stuff tax-wise and everything else, but you need to actually have a Bilibili account for that. And that type of stuff I can't show you, but they did a good job. So it's just that the number is too high. The numbers are like 25% higher than what they actually are, which might change or make ranges a little bit different and make ranks a little bit different. But it is close. This is close. We don't need to nitpick on the 25%, even though 25% is a lot when it comes to millions. We still don't need to nitpick on it. So the very first thing that you will notice, obviously, just kind of like the way that it happens in global, is Genshin is number one. That's Genshin just is the king. That's just the way that it is. There's nothing you can take away from it. It is a good game, despite my problems with it. It's a good game. It's just like it doesn't matter how I feel about it. It's just a good game. Honkai Star Rail is right up there again. It's another Hoyo game. It is what it is. Now, the interesting thing on third is Naruto, but what Naruto? I don't know if it's Naruto Online, or I don't know. It's probably Naruto Online, if I'm being honest, because that game somehow still exists in both the online and the Naruto mobile, the 3D mobile, which is an amazing game, which we still do not have for whatever reason. And there's another Naruto Online, the mobile one. There's three of them, actually, not to mention whatever else that they got floating around out there. But that's at that price, which is fine. Now, here's the shock in all of that, which I don't know. I went and looked up, and I thought Crystal of Atlan was BS. It's not. This number actually is close. It's around 300 million. And I thought that was a lie. I was like, there ain't no way that game made that much. But then I went and looked at the numbers, and this was just a banger we forgot about. Now, I actually did cover this game before and put it up on the channel and everything else, and it did a lot of views, and a lot of people were actually super hyped for it. I believe it has an SEA right now or a beta right now, but this number is legit. Arknights is legit. Onryoji somehow still is like 10 years old, is legit. One Piece Bloodline is legit. Honkai the Third is legit. Soul Hunters is a shock. It's definitely a shock because I didn't think the game obviously was as good as this, but it kind of is. Apparently it is. Like, again, you can't hate on certain things. Like, if the game is rocking, the game is just rocking. That's just how it is at the end of the day. So going forward is Diablo Immortal, which is interesting. It's definitely interesting because it definitely is not getting that globally. So China is liking it. In reverse, 1999, which was always a banger, and the CN version is amazing, which I was trying to get people to play it. But you know how that goes. People don't want to, cross over, which is fine. That's, to their liking. FGO is actually lower than what I thought. Arena is higher than initially what I thought. Shining Nikki is basically like a date sim type of game. So that I expected. Epic 7 is a lot higher than what I thought. Punishing Gray Raven is a lot higher than what I thought. And Path to Nowhere is definitely a lot higher than I thought. Landgrosser is about normal. Kalpa is hanging in there, pretty okay. Sword of Convalari is in a whole hell of a lot of trouble, just to let you guys know. Dragon Ball Z, which is all of the Dragon Ball games not being up here at the top, is kind of concerning in China, but it is what it is. Tower of Fantasy is lower than what I thought it would be, but they're still hanging in there with that 22 million. Obviously, Global was not doing that crazy. I mean, good. I read crazy, said crazy. Crazy ones, I never played it. I heard that it was kind of cool, so it's what it is. Alchemy Stars is interesting with 16 million holding in. World Flipper is in trouble. Blue Archive is definitely not doing what I thought it would be doing. So this is just 5 months, mind you. So if you double that, that's really 28 million, which is respectable and not nothing to be mad at. Aether Gazer is a bit low. But remember, this is annual for the whole year, not just like for 1 month. So they averaged 1.2 million basically for the entire year per month. Bekarashi, I've never played that, so I don't know how good that is. Guardian Tales is very low. Guns Girl Z is very low. Seven Sins is extremely low. This has only been out. Girls Frontline has been out only 11 days, and that's actually pretty good for only 11 days. So if you put that all together, that's going to be like 24 million in 1 month. If you put that together, so that's very good. Tales of Food, that I don't even know why that's not canceled. Same thing with Precone. Neurocloud is probably on the way out. Snowbreak is not doing well in both Global and CN, so they're probably on the way out. Girl, Frontline, Normal. I believe that's Normal, so that's the Miss Sequence is kind of disappointing. I wanted that to do better than what it is, but kind of is what it is. Galaxy Fantasy, I knew that wasn't going to work. Klein's, I knew that wasn't going to work. The Rud is extremely disappointing because that's actually a pretty cool game. So that's probably not going to last. I'm really sad for them because it's a really fun and cool game. It's like everybody who wanted Space Harrier and a bullet hell game with waifus, this is the game, and it's probably never coming to Global because they probably can't even afford their bills in CN, which is just kind of unfortunate. Hunter x Hunter, that's a yikes. Honor of Kings. Now let me tell y'all something about Honor of Kings. Honor of Kings is I don't even know what the fact that it's even coming Global now. They got a show that they made on this. They made an anime on this. They made a webtoon on this game. The Honor of Kings is that game that you probably never heard of in your life, but it's that game. It's that game in China that literally the whole world knows except for the Global. Global is gonna come over here and make $5,000 probably, but it's probably not. It's probably gonna do well. And it's literally one of those type of games that I've actually played and enjoyed. I don't like League. I don't like whatever the other one, Dota. I don't like any of that stuff. But Honor of the Kings I actually liked. It was fun. So, there is that. And there's definitely that at the end of the day. So, I'm going to point that out. But that is a billion right there. There's one this is a B. And that number is this is the only number on this list that's probably underreported. Just to let you guys know, this is probably underreported. It's probably double that. That's how big that game is. And I as a content creator, covering games, I wish that I was that type of content creator, but I'm not. I'm not about to make myself that type just to hop on the wave. I'm whoever hops on the wave when this comes Global, grats. I'm just not that type of gamer. I don't find it that fun. Even though I found Honor of Kings fun, but that's just not my thing. But this is going to be generational wealth, basically, for the American content creators who hang and get good at this game and be relevant. Because just because you hop into a game doesn't mean people are going to care about what you have to say. You have to be good at it. You have to actually and have a personality that will carry, that'll allow you to get views. There's a lot of people who come into stuff who don't have the personality to carry to do this type of game. I don't. I'm gonna tell you 100%. I don't. I'm not that type of person to carry this. You need somebody, a bubbly and charismatic type of person that is also going to be good at the game, and that's actually kind of hard when you think about that, to be bubbly, charismatic, and be good at the game. You can be bubbly and charismatic, but it doesn't mean that you're going to be good. You're just going to sit up there and just basically come through and be like, look at the new hero units, and here's my tier list, and ain't nobody going to care. Like, you gonna get like, that's like low hanging fruit YouTube content. Like, nobody's gonna care. You might get like maybe 5, 10K, views on the video, but people won't come in and see your tier list and go watch people who are charismatic and actually good at the game. That's kind of like how that works. And I learned that a long time ago, that not everybody is for every single game out there, and not everybody can cover every single game out there. The games that I did well in are the games that are more like my personality, like Epic 7, like Exo's Heroes, even recently like Echo, like Final Fantasy. Most of those games are more gritty and sci-fi and more mature, and those are the games I excel in. So those are the games I should actually stick to. The more charismatic games, I'm not going to do well in that type of stuff. Like, say, like a Genshin. I'm not going to do well in that because I'm not that type of person. That's a more charismatic type of game. Just to let you guys know, you kind of got to be aware of what your strengths and your weaknesses are. But yeah, that's why you notice like I do better like with things like with Reverse, like with Dragonair. Again, those are more intellectual and harder games. So that's, hope you guys understand that it's a little bit of a different topic than this, but for the most part, we're putting all this again in. Now, all of these numbers are not affected basically by what happened in December with China, because everything fell off a cliff in December. So you have to think about this really 11 months basically out the year. The December don't count. December probably did half of what it naturally normally did. And then once we're into this new year, everything's going to be deeply affected at this point, because a lot of games aren't even being made right now because they can't get past getting accepted and certified in China because of the new rules. They got to redo the game. That's going to cost them more money, which a lot of games sadly just said, forget it, we'll just go do something else, or we'll move to another region or stuff like that. So we lost like a lot of games like that, which is unfortunate. And a lot of games got pushed back, which is going to be a real dead zone like the first half of the year as far as stuff coming from China. And you already noticed it Billy wise, because the Billy schedule is empty, which I've never seen that before. It's flat empty. There's like maybe 5 games in 7 months. And that's because a lot of stuff got pushed back or just canceled. And that's crazy. That affects us because a lot of stuff comes from China and Japan. Japan don't care. They don't care. They ain't got nothing to do with them with this. But a lot of stuff comes from China as well, and goes from Japan to China. But now that whole thing is messed up. So it'll just go they're probably going to bypass all that and just straight come global, which is very interesting. We're going to see how that all going to work out. And for me, I just want to just keep an eye on it at this point, because it's a very scary thing, basically, not scary. For me as a content creator, I already considerably do a lot of things in China to begin with. So they already screwed me over big time, basically, because I technically have a content channel in China as well that I post stuff to, and there's nothing for me to actually do, which is just costing me money because there's nothing to report, basically. So I'm like, okay, thanks, China. But it is what it is. It's actually something that probably needed to happen because they needed to, to get it under control because it was getting so debauchery. Like so much of the clones, which that is one thing that we're going to see a whole lot less of. Remember all the games that would just come out in China that will be clones and companies couldn't sue them because China didn't have any rules for that? That's all going bye-bye. You're going to see a whole lot less of illegal clones, like all these fake Naruto and anime games, all that stuff is going to go bye-bye, basically. So we're going to see a whole lot less of that coming, just in general, which is interesting, except for Russia. Russians don't care, but so yeah. So all this list was pretty cool, and this gives you more perspective on stuff like this. And I'll continue, like I said, to kind of like do it bi-monthly. I'm probably not going to do it every month because every month, I think doing every month might not be the wave because stuff is not going to change that much. You need like a month or two to really get the gist of something, like when there's really a wave, so you can see, okay, this month they did 20 and then this month they did 60 million, and then you're like, but we were just talking about them not doing that well, and like, you see how that's not going to work out. So it's kind of, we're kind of going to need to kind of like give it like a month or two, So I'll catch you guys next video. Be legendary. Hope you guys like this. Again, give this guy an upvote. 227 upvotes is not enough for this. Like he deserves a little bit more because the list is very accurate. Like I said, there's a margin of about maybe 20 to 25%. It might be off, but off as over, like overdoing it a little bit. But where the numbers are is not that off. So see you guys later. Peace.